Hey everybody, it's Drew with Southern Yankee Innovations, and while using my grapple the other day, I pushed a stick up into a freeze plug on the front side of the transmission, so we're going to go over how to fix that. The freeze plug, it's on the front of the transmission. To drain the fluid, unfortunately a 5-gallon bucket wouldn't fit, so I used some 6x6 blocks that I had laying around and drove the tractor up to get it another, obviously 6 inches higher. You choose this method, just make sure you're all the way on the blocks and the park and brake set. Your bucket into position and just use a little bar and the hammer to twist the plug in place. Ended up draining almost 10 gallons out of the tractor, so make sure you have 2 buckets handy, maybe 3 depending on what other attachments and accessories you may have. So the fluid got a little lower, I took the freeze plug all the way out. Just a little tip, if you relieve the cap, the fill cap, it'll make it a little faster to drain also. The freeze plug's a Dorman 555047. I picked it up from O'Reilly's for like $2. And then just make sure you use some high-tech from Permatex. I installed it without the first time and it didn't work, so I had to go through and redo it all over again. Biggest socket I had was 1 1/4 inch. I kind of wish I had maybe 1 5/16 inches, would have fit just a little better, maybe 1.5 inches. Just make sure you, as you're putting it on, you keep it nice and square and sit the outer edge of the expansion plug flush with the groove where it's recessed in on the transmission. And just clean everything up and see if it leaks. If you need to change out your hydraulic oil, now's a good time to do it. I just bought this tractor and all the fluids were serviced just before, so I just reused everything that came out of it. Did have to get about 5 more gallons because when the stick went through the front of the transmission, it did lose some.